Today we will be considering operation research. Operation research is a field which provides set of algorithms that act as a tool for effective problem solving and decision making in choosing application areas. When we talk about operation research, it's a field. Operation research, we have some key topic on operation research: linear programming problem, game theory, decision theory, integers programming. So in operation research, it's a field that deals with both. It's a field which provides a set of algorithm, that is a step by step. When we talk about an algorithm is a step by step of solving a problem that acts as a tool for effective problem solving and decision making in choosing application area. In operation research, we have a linear programming problem, and the reason why we are studying linear programming problem was to what minimize and maximize the constraints. That is, we minimize and maximize what the minimization and what maximization, which this is what which this is constraints. And we talk about decision theory. Decision theory is what having making a decision, that is drawing a decision tree in what in business. So it's a field that deals with how can we solve a problem and what are the way to solve a problem. So it's a field that the tools which act as a tools for solving a problem. So here we will consider stages of developing of operation research. The stages of developing operation research are also known as phases and process of operation research (OR), which has 6 important steps. In stages of developing operation research, we have 6 steps of stages, and it is in what it is written in order. These systems are arranged in the following order. First step, we are talking about the observing the problem environment. It is carefully observe the situation or what or conditions surrounding the environment. That is, we have to identify the what we have to identify the problem. That is, the problem we are attempting to solve. That is, we have to identify it before solving it. So it is with observing the problem environment. Then step 2 is to analyze and define the problem. When we talk about analyze, we have to identify the problem. That is, what are the things that you can do to solve the problem and define the problem. When we talk about defining problems, like we are minimization of what the minimization of the cost as what to be delivery at a time. And if you are dealing with what maximization, that is, we are maximization of what of profit. So remember, when we define the problem, it's like we are finding an optimal solution to the problem. Then step 3 is to develop a model. We all know that a model is an abstract representation of a real life situation. So when we are developing a model, it means we are identifying what we are formulating the objective function. We are formulating the objective function on linear programming problem, either on a linear programming problem. Then we are formulating the constraints, and we are writing down the decision variable on how to solve the problem, translating it to raw mathematical. So that's why we have to develop a problem. When we analyze and define the problem, then we develop a model by translate it to what mathematical formula, formulation of mathematical. So the next is what to select appropriate data inputs. When we are done with developing a model, next is what to gather information, irrelevant information on how to work by selecting an appropriate data input. When you gather relevant data information, it means you are selecting an appropriate data input. The next step is to provide a solution and test its reasonableness. When you provide a solution to it and you test its reasonableness, it determines that what you have provided a result, that is a solution to what to the problem. The last step is what step 6 is to implement the solution. When you implement the solution, it means you are translating the real problem into what the problem into what mathematical formulation. That is, you are translating the problem so that you can find what you can get the result of the problem. So it means what when you implement the solution, you are translating the real life problem into mathematical description so that you can get the result from it. So these are the 6 stages of developing operation research. So we move on to limitation of operation research. When we talk about limitation of operation research, limitation is this with a restriction, that is a restriction that affects operation research. It can be a restriction, it can be a constraint that affects operation research. One is it is often difficult to balance the requirements of reality and those of implicity. In developing, remember that operation research is a field, Another operation is a field. We have a key topic on operation research, and for the limitation of operation research is well, it is always difficult to balance the requirement of reality and those of simplicity. It is very difficult to balance it when in a problem, when the limitation of a problem, that is a constriction, a restriction of a limitation. First is what they are very difficult to balance the requirement of reality and those of simplicity. And the truth is the quality of data collection may be poor, inaccurate. When you don't get the data or you don't gather your information relevant, the quality of the data collection may be what? May be poor or inaccurate. That is it will not be it will be an inaccurate, that is since your data, your information that you gather is not relevant, and which can lead to what? Quality of what? Poor or inaccurate. Then three is what? An operation research model is static, but the solution is immediate, is dynamic. When we talk about a statics is when something does not change with time. And when we talk about the dynamic deals with changes with time. So an operation research model is static, that is, it does not change with time, but the solution is immediate, is dynamic, it changes with time. That is, it deals with time. And when it deals with time, we don't know the time that is going to consider. So it takes a lot of time to find a solution. So that's why an operation research model is static, but the solution is immediate, is dynamics. Then next is what? A deserved solution is suboptimal. When we talk about suboptimal is what? Is an suboptimal solution is a solution that is not optimal. That is not the best solution to it. That is, it cannot be minimized, it cannot be maximized to solve a problem. So when you have a deserved solution, maybe suboptimal, that is, it is not optimal solution, it is not a really optimal solution. That is, the boundary of the problem will be open. When we don't have a optimal solution to solve a given problem, the boundary of the problem may be open, may be wide. Then last is what? Conflict between conclusion reacted by operation research, analyst and manager. This is under operation research. Conflict always occur. Always difficult to balance requirements. There will be an issue between the management and the operation research analyst and the manager. They will not understand each other very well. So conflict may arise. When conflict arises, it leads to what? Issue between them. So that's why we said conflict between conclusion reacted by operation research, analyst and manager. So main approaches in solving business problem. When you have a business problem, what are the approaches can we use to solve a problem? We have three main approaches, which are the conventional approach, the observation approach, and lastly, systematic or scientific approach. When we talk about the conventional approach, it involves the past techniques and solution to solving present problem. When we talk about conventional approach, it deals with what? It involves the past techniques. When we are using past techniques, past techniques and solution to solve the present problem, that type of approach is called a what? Is called a what? Conventional approach. That is the problem. Having what? A business is having a problem, and what you can use to solve the problem is what? Making an idea, past idea that you got in, that you used before, past idea, using it to solve a present problem. You call it what? You are making use of conventional approach. So that approach is called conventional approach. The next approach is the observation approach. A method of watching and learning from other managers on similar situations. When we talk about observation method, the word observation is what? To observe, to notice what is happening. So that is a method of watching and learning from other managers on similar situations, so that you and the other manager can cooperate and work together of solving the problem. When you are watching and learning from other managers on how to solve a business problem, it means what method they are applying is an observation approach. That is, you are observing, you are noticing to what is happening. Then last approach is systematic or scientific approach. Utilizes concept of theoretical system. It deals with what? Theoretical system. When you are utilizing a concept of theoretical system, that is using a theoretical system of solving a problem, formation of a problem. That is, this how problem can be using a theoretical aspect. Maybe on linear programming problem, you maximize coverage, you write down decision variable. On decision theory, you are making the decision by the decision tree. It means you are utilizing concept of a theoretical system. So these are the three approaches involved of solving business problem.